Maybe I'm live. I'm not even sure if I'm live. Oh, perfect. At least the what is it called? Facebook works. So I'm gonna go live on Facebook. And okay. Hello and welcome. I believe I am live on everywhere, hopefully. I need to just... My kids are telling me I'm not live on YouTube yet, so I'm going to just take a look at that. It says I'm live, kids. What are you talking about? You can't find it? Go to the channel, and then you'll be able to find it. Perfect. I put it in the chat, the channel name. Anyway, sorry, everyone. We are getting started with finishing our escape room for this month. So let's first take a look at our stories, and while I do that, hopefully we're going to let me pause for a moment so I can get it shared out to everybody. Hold on 1 second. Can you share?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm back. So, okay, so let's get started. We started with our spy in action, and in this escape room, you are a spy that was caught by Steve, your arch nemesis. So let's just actually preview and just check out if it works. If it doesn't work, we'll have to go through and debug it, and hopefully we'll be able to publish this rather quickly since we did spend the past couple weeks working on this. Yes, I know, kids, I'm live. Okay, so let's preview and check it out. Okay, spy in action and escape room. So, one day as you were out on an assignment, you were caught by Steve, your arch nemesis. Give me a name. The name is what? Okay, Bill. So my name is Bill. Okay, and we're going to click on next to continue. So it says, "Hi, Bill. I'm Agent Pete. Let's get out of here." So what do you decide to do? Ignore him. Okay, so we're just going to ignore him and see what happens. Okay, how dare you? Game over. Okay, so you just died, and we were redirected again to Steve. Our coding was wrong. I see death 1. What are you talking about? Death is 1. Okay, so my name is still Bill. Okay, if we ignore him again, how dare you? And we'll die again because we didn't learn our lesson. And now we see deaths is 2, so it increments, and now we only have 1 life left. Oh dear. Okay, so now the kids want us to be quite stupid and choose the same answer for the 3rd time. So let's try that. How dare you? And death's 3. So now it says, get out of here. Okay. So we're going to continue. And my name is still Bill because I don't want to change my name. I am very stuck to this persona of Bill. Bill the spy. And now we know that if we ignore him, he's going to get angry. He said, get out of here. We have to move on to a new path. So let's decide to trust him. even though we don't really think he's that trustworthy. And we have some things that we can click on. For those of you joining us on Facebook, hello, how are you doing? And welcome. We are now going to click on random different objects, and the kids are saying that you should click on a key. So if you can find the key is behind the cat. So let's click on the key. And we're going to click on the butterflies. And the reason why we had to click on the key first is because if we click on the bottle here, it's going to play a sound. So I'm not sharing my sound for you guys because my students' voices are part of my system sounds, and I don't want you to hear that for privacy reasons. So you won't actually be able to hear any of the voiceovers, but you just have to believe me when I say when you click on the bottle, that when I click on the bottle, it'll play a riddle, and it's, what is black and white and red all over? Oh, we have some English teachers joining us. Wonderful. And my kids are saying, hello, English teachers. And so you enter into a new room. You feel a little strange. What was that message all about anyway? So here we have a free response, question, choice, thingamabob. And the reader needs to input the answer. So what's the answer? The answer is, what is black and white and red all over? Well, the answer is black and white and red all over. A Santa covered in ash. Okay, so that's a very creative answer. Unfortunately, that is, let's try that. We'll say Santa covered in ash. And we got caught and we have to start again. So we might need to recode that. But if we were to go to our, so actually, when we get caught, do we die also? Okay, so for those of you joining us, we are working on a virtual escape room, and we already wrote out the story in previous weeks, and we also coded most of it. So the only thing we're doing is we're just finishing up and play testing our game to make sure everything works. And then we're going to move on to something new. So just bear with me while we finish this up. Okay, so we go back to page 1 then, right? We go to page 1 and we have to increment. We have to use a Boolean? No, we're using a number. We're using a number. So we're going to increment a variable. So what do you want to do? Okay, so you want to work on page 4 then? This page? Okay. Okay, so right now I have one of my students working on the page. So I'm hands-free, I don't do anything, and I don't know what he's going to do. So I guess we'll find out. We're getting mushrooms, apparently. And we're picking out a red mushroom. I don't know what this red mushroom is doing. What are we using the red mushroom for? Can you explain to me? Are we just adding random things to the page then? Okay. All of these things that have been added to a page have a purpose. What purpose it is, I have absolutely no idea. So maybe you should You can search maybe for animals, and it'll probably pick up a crow. Okay, so we have a turkey with a with a pie. Okay, we have a turkey with a pie. And so we're going to make this mushroom clickable, I'm guessing. So we're creating a hotspot. So, and we're going to the coding side. And what are we doing here? Decrement is -1. Oh, okay. So if you get a mushroom, then you gain 1 life. Okay, yeah, we're working on a Mario sort of thing. So, okay. So we click on it. Should be circle 1. So we need an event. An event tells us when we're going to do something. So on click. Well, we need the circle. We don't need the mushroom for anything. Yeah. So you should also, yeah, put the mustache so we at least know what's going on when you click. We need some sort of feedback that happens. Change the font. It doesn't feel like it's changing. You have to select the text box. I don't think it's being selected properly. You're in editing, so yeah, select the text box. Oh, you just deleted it. Okay, select the text box. Yeah, and then you can select the font you want. So what are we writing in the speech bubble? You should also put the current lives, so that way you know how many lives you have. So what are you doing now? You're going to play a text effect. What are we playing the text effect of? Okay, the bubble. So we're going to fade in. Okay, great. So we just added a quick little surprise Easter egg. So if we click on it, 1 up, and we have -1. And that's because right now we haven't set the lives. So hold on, I can't actually see what people are saying. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Now I can actually see what people are saying. Okay, I'm giving you control of my mouse again. So for those people who are English teachers, you don't actually have to do any of the coding stuff. Right now we're working on the coding side of things because we already did a lot of the writing already. But you can just use elementary to just write stories. And as you can see, I'm hands-free, so I'm not actually writing anything. I just kind of guide them and see what they do. So I guess right now we're adding a background music sound effect. So if you're new to this, then I would suggest you just, sorry, that's a very loud sound. Sorry about that. So if you're new to this, I would just suggest creating an account on Elementary to just try it out. It works very similar to PowerPoint, so you could just get started just creating a simple picture book. And there's also tutorials on how to code simple things. We're actually doing much more advanced coding in this coding club because this is for older grades who are interested in coding. But I also have another coding club which is for younger grades, and we focus more on the storytelling process, which is really good for people who are English teachers especially. So oh, great. We can't resize it. I didn't fix it yet. So okay. So you're going to enter in the wrong. Are you entering the right one? Okay, great. So we're entering. Okay, we're trying to see if the... Oh, doesn't seem to work. Let's take a look. Where do we define picked up key? Can we go back to the key page here? Well, we have to go see where's the variable that we added. On page start, picked up key is false. Yes, that's correct. Picked up key. No, that's fine. Oh, when is it true? When is it true? When do we... No, it's when we click on the circle, then it becomes true. No, I think we have it. I think we have it. Go to the side. Go to the side. So we have circle. Where's circle 0? Circle 0 disappeared. Ah, we didn't add circle 0. Okay. Okay, sorry. My bad. You're a bit too chatty, Bren. That's why. He's just chilling, okay? Okay, I think some people wrote stuff in chat, but I can't read it because I can't scroll down since my mouse is being used. I'll be able to get to you guys in a few. Wait, what are you connecting? Okay, so you don't know. No, you were right. Don't delete. Yes. So when you click on the circle, then you select a variable and we set it to true. Okay, now let's try it out. So for those of you who are not familiar with variables and computer programming, we are using a Boolean variable, which is a variable that determines whether or not something is true or false, yes or no, to create a hidden, I guess, hidden puzzle or hidden Easter egg. So click on it. Does it work? Still doesn't work. Let me see. Give me my mouse back so I can take a look. Okay. So let's take a look as to why this might not be working. Do you know how often coders spend actually coding stuff? And how much of their time they spend debugging? So debugging means to fix your coding problems. So actually, coders or programmers, they spend pretty much about 80% of their time fixing 20% of their code. And they spend So it's more like when you write code, there's no such thing as perfect code. It's very rare that you have actual perfect code. Uploads is this button here. Uploads allows you to upload images, so you can add your own images. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. So preview. I click. Okay, we say newspaper, and we're not able, but it says true. So why is it that we're not able to click? It's an on click. We're gonna check the image. We picked this image. So let's test. Maybe let's just test it with a variable equals value on page start. Okay. Yeah, we're just testing to see that the click event works. So the question is, why is it not working when I navigate to it? Okay, we're gonna try one more time. Otherwise, we might have to move on and see. I'll see why it doesn't work a little bit later. Yeah, I'll debug it a little later and see why it might not work very well. So we have picked up key here. So if I go here, picked up key should be false, right? So it's null. Yeah, it's null, so it's good. Null is like it has no value. Oh, I forgot to pick up the key. Go back, go back, go back, go back. I forgot to pick up the key. Okay, I picked up the key, I think. Okay, hopefully this time it works. Let's see. I don't know why it works, but it works now, so sometimes you don't know why it works. Okay, so that works, and we can get rid of this. So we're gonna just say you escaped the end. Okay, great. So let's just actually, I think we tested mostly everything. I'm gonna go ahead and publish this story. So we're gonna, what should we call this story? What's the title of it? It's called, do we want to change the name here? Agent. It's not supposed to be Agent Pete because we asked the reader what their name is. So It can't be like, oh, your name is, or I guess the reader's name is something else and they're always called Agent Pete, like 007 is always 007. So, what do we call this story? What do we call it? So if we do that, we need to grab their... So the question is, for those who are listening in, can we put the first letter of the name in the title that the reader puts in, if that makes sense? And if we want to do that, we need to make sure that we ask the reader what their name is on the first page, so then we can have it in the title, because it's a variable. You know what? We're just gonna call it Spy in Action because we're not Spy in Action, and people want my description to be very long, so you have to narrate to me what my description should be. You are trapped by your arch nemesis. How do you even spell arch nemesis? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. How do you even spell arch nemesis? I feel like there's an E. Nemesis? I don't know. Help me out. How do I spell arch nemesis? Hey, I spelled it right without the space. You are trapped by your arch nemesis, Steve. And then what happens? Interact with this story and try to break out. Is that our parentheses? There are a few Easter eggs in this story. Okay, is that it? Okay, we're gonna publish it. So what do we? Fantasy? Any tags? What tags? Story coders and I don't know, escape. We're not gonna put Facebook as a tag. I know you're excited that everything is on Facebook, but no, we're not going to have Facebook as a tag. Okay, publish story. Go ahead and publishing. So story has been published. You can now read it. I'll put the link for you guys, and you guys can also remix it, which means that it copies it for you to edit and modify. So I'll also put this in Facebook chat so everyone can have access to that story as well. Okay. No, unfortunately, I did not have time at all to finish Alice in Wonderland. Almost Alice in Wonderland is still almost not finished. Yep. So we have about 30 minutes left, and I'm not sure. I think I brought it up last week, but basically next week, Wednesday, we're no longer going to be meeting on Wednesdays. Instead, I'm thinking of meeting on Saturdays, and we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break and meet probably starting October 10th. And I'll send an email to all of you so you have access to the dates and times. For narrative game design, we will be working on a role-playing game starting October 10th. So that means that we can have, you know, fun with some character stats and things like that. So I don't know what you guys want to do for the remainder of the time. If you want to try out a role-playing game or if you want to write something else, it's up to you guys. Yes, I hear you playing the story. Okay, so anyone have any opinions? Yes. My code, it's your code. So if anything is wrong with the story, it's because you guys coded it wrong. Anyway, Aiden, Brent, we have any ideas on what we want to do next? Otherwise, we'll start role-playing, I guess. The chest glitched out. We have any ideas what we're going to do next? No, we're not going to go to another website. Okay, so we'll start with, I guess, role-playing. Okay, so we're going to start with a role-playing game, and in role-playing games, or RPGs for short, they're usually fantasy-esque. They're in fantasy, or some of them are actually school-based, so you have a lot of school drama, but we're going to have some human characters. So let's get a character. Which character do we like? You want this to be our role-playing main character? No, we're not going to have that to be our main character. Okay, do we have an opinion, boy or girl? We want the pirate, this one? This one? It's not a pirate, he's a caveman. What are you talking about? You want this to... No, he's not going to be our main character. Him? You want him to be a main character? Sure. Why not? He could be our main character. Well, first of all, let's decide. Do we want this to be what kind of role-playing game do we want? What genre? Fantasy, mystery, horror? I don't know. Romance? You want this to be a romance? Okay. So we're going to have this be a romance. Okay, so we're going to start with romance game. I can't spell game. Oh my god. Okay, role-playing games. Okay, so in a role-playing game, we usually have hidden stats. We don't see them as the reader, but they exist because they allow us to do certain things and don't allow us to do certain things. So for example, our character here, what's his name gonna be? Alex. We're gonna name him Alex. Okay, so this guy, his name is Alex. So, hi, my name is Alex. So, Alex here, he, since this is a romance, he wants to get a girlfriend, okay? So, Alex wants to get a girlfriend, but, Alex has some stats. So, let's say, what kind of stats do we need to maybe get a girlfriend? What type of traits? So like, for example, if we want to kill a dragon, we might need, you know, strength. But if you want to get a girlfriend, you want strength. Okay, so let's list them out. What type of traits do we want to track? Okay, hold on. Let's start. So what kind of traits do we want? So laziness as a trait. So you're gonna increase laziness. Okay, we're not gonna increase laziness. When you play games, they don't have like a lazy trait. Any other ideas? How like charming he is, maybe? Charm. Okay, so charm. What else? Okay, so what else do we want? Charm. What was after charm you said? What's action supposed to mean? Okay, so like you basically want to say how lazy he is then. Hey, you're going to be playing this Alex character, okay? So it's a game where you play as a character. That's what a role-playing game is. So you're going to play as Alex. Okay, so let's not use lazy because we want to increment. So we want to say like, okay, if like for example with charm, the higher the charm is. So if your charm is 10 out of 10, if your charm is 10 out of 10, you're going to be pretty charming. But if we do lazy, that, okay, so let's not use lazy. 0.084, no, we can't use 0.084 as a number. Okay, so aside from charm and how lazy this guy is, what other traits do we want? You don't care about how smarty he is? Okay, so we have intelligence, charm, and what else? Let's pick one last one. How handsome he is? How attractive he is? Maybe like how, like, I don't know, what's a good word for like how fit you are, or like because you could like work out and stuff. I don't know. What's a good word we can use to help us? Okay, well, for those of you who are joining us, my kids are really tough on you as the very tough on you as the player of this game, and they want to give you 0 to start out. So it's like super hard mode. Okay, how about like how fit you are, maybe? How fit? Maybe how fit you are? Okay, so we're going to use these. So we need to create some variables, right? So who wants to help me create the variables and set it all up? You have an idea? What's your idea? What's your brilliant idea? Tell me. Okay, I'm going to see. Okay, so I handed my mouse over to someone who has a brilliant idea. I have no idea what this idea is, and we'll see. So I'm hands-free. I'm not doing anything, and he just ruined all of my masterpiece. Okay. You know what you're doing. What are you doing then? Tell me. You're adding blocks and deleting them. Who are you? Well, I'm Nicole, and you have to probably click into it. It's a collection, so there's more than one image. Oh, so you want to say who are you if you're a boy or a girl? Okay, so we're gonna pick if you're a boy or if you're a girl. That's not a girl. Oh, that was not what the picture was. Sometimes it does strange things. Just pick a girl already. Okay, so we have a cute girl who's in purple and a boy who doesn't match at all. There's gonna be 3 options. Just to let you know, if you do choose to create a story where there's like a boy and a girl and another option, that means on every page that you create afterwards, you need those 3 options on every page. That's why we're doing it together, because you can't do it on your own. You're in humanoids. You're in humanoids. So, of course, no, your filter says humanoids. Yeah, get rid of that. And then there you go. Now you have a cat. Okay, so we have a boy, a girl, and a cat. So for our storytelling purposes, we're just going to choose a boy and a girl, because if we choose a cat, the dialogue we have to write becomes very difficult. Okay, if you want to meow meow, that's fine. Okay, so let's do this then. Okay. Yeah, sure, we could go with your idea. So the first thing is we have to remember which girl this is, and we're probably going to copy and paste her on every page. So we have our 3 choices, and what variable do you think we will need? We could use a Boolean. How would we set it up if it's a Boolean, though? You don't know? Do you have any other ideas? Okay, let's not get distracted. How do we set the value that you are a boy or a girl or a cat? Which variable do we use? So it's either red or blue. And why do you say it's either red or blue? Okay, Aiden, do you have any ideas on which variable we're supposed to use? This one? So actually, you can use either a text variable or a Boolean variable. The text one is, so what do I put for my text variable then? So what do I name it? Okay, so if I name my text variable boy, what's the value? So remember, a variable is a container. It holds different values. When we're talking about a name, the variable name can hold any value, which is whatever name you put in. Yeah, it could be Bill, it could be Jennifer, it could be whatever. So we can create a text variable, and we could call it something like choice or gender if it's boy or girl, or whatever, or cat, you know. So what do we call it? Let's call it gender to make it simple. And gender, we can set it to be a value. And what we could do later is we can do a conditional. So we can use a conditional like this, and then we can check whether or not gender is equal to, for example, girl, or if it's so or and blocks are called logic gates. They allow us to do more complicated logic. So you can say You want to see how complicated logic works. So yeah, we can actually do that instead for the next 15 minutes. And we'll actually continue the gender thing, let's say for the role playing, when we start role playing games on October 10th. Yes, October 10th, the Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday when we resume again. And we'll try something with the boy and the girl example and then going on from there. That could be pretty fun. So we'll save that for Saturday. And for complicated logic, we can actually do the example with the what is it called? The treasure chest, for example. So remember when we had... we can use a kitty cat. It doesn't matter. Or actually, we can do... I saw recently there was a teacher who did like find all the objects with the letter B sound, for example. So the question was like, find all the objects with the letter B sound. Okay, and so basically you find some like bat. You find like a bat, maybe like what else? A bunny. This is a funny bunny. Okay, so we're gonna have this funny bunny. Okay. Okay, so we have two objects, and the objective is maybe you have like a score. You could use an or to go into an or to go into an or. It depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to first show you the difference between an and an or by saying like, okay, I can make it so when I click on both of them, so if I click on this and I click on this, then I don't know, my go to next page appears, for example. So then I can have something like a button appear here that says go to next page. Okay. So let's just set it up. So and and or, they use the yellow ones, and you see there's a yellow port, and the yellow port is, okay, for some reason I can't select it. Why is it not letting me select stuff? Maybe the computer really doesn't like me. Let me refresh and see. Actually, no, I think this block is kind of bugged right now. I don't know what's... yeah. Can't seem to drag it properly to show you. Oh, no, it works now. I don't know. It just... it... it feels like when I put both of them on the page, it doesn't work. So let's see. No, you can, but it's just more like, I don't know why when you add two, it doesn't work. Well, let's continue. Anyway, so we're going to add some Boolean blocks, and basically I'm going to add two. So I'm going to say like bunny clicked, and this one I'm going to call bat clicked. Okay. So I have bunny clicked and bat clicked, and on page start, what's the value? For bunny clicked and bat clicked, they're both false. So on page start, the values are both going to be false. So I'm going to set it to false. It's just so you want to put the condition on page start because you want to initialize the value. So when you go on this page, you want to set the value up so everything will work later. Right now, we just set everything to false just to make sure that bat clicked and bunny clicked are false, because we didn't click on anything. We just got to the page, right? So we're going to set up now our click event. So we say on click. Okay, so, okay, on click, we're going to click on these different objects. And when we click on them, we're going to set the value to be true, the Boolean value. So let's get that. The Boolean value, once again, it's a true, false. Yeah, this is a little bit more complicated. This is... Okay, so we set it. So this one is bunny clicked is true, and this one is bat clicked is true. Okay? So we use our and when we want to compare true, false values, and we want to do stuff with them. So in our case, let's say maybe you as the coder want to have this button only appear when I have clicked on both of these objects. Okay? So it might be like, oh, I want to make sure that you click and find both of these objects before going on to before the button appears. So hold on, I need to finish it before we can test it. So right now we're just setting it to be true. Oh, sorry. So why am I getting these? I don't know why I'm getting these. Sorry. I need to get my variables. So bunny clicked, bat clicked. Okay. So bunny clicked and bat clicked. And when we have clicked them, then we want to fade in. And we need an event on page start. I don't know why I can't connect them. It makes me so sad. Oh. Okay, I am very frustrated. Let's see if refreshing will help. I think we were doing stuff with the code and it didn't like it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it thinks we're not ready for this yet, so I can't drag it. Unfortunately, I think it's locked right now, so I will have to fix that. Depressing, but that's okay. We'll do it next time. But basically the difference between an AND block and an OR block is just, if you use an AND, you need both conditions to be fulfilled. So you need this condition to be fulfilled and this condition to be fulfilled. You have to have both of them clicked before you can go to the next page. And OR is just saying, if you click on one of them, it could be any of them, then you could go to the next page. That's the difference between an AND and an OR. So that's pretty much it. And I don't know what you think about the time on Saturday. Do you have would you be interested in coming on Saturday? And also, what time would work for you guys? This time would work? Unless you have a meet. What about you, Aiden? I think he left. He was muted. Okay. That's what he did. So what about the time for next time, aka October 10th? You're going back to school? You go back to school on Saturday? October 10th is a Saturday. Yeah. That would make sense if you were going back to school on October 13th, not October 10th. Okay. Well, October 10th will be our potential day. Do you have a specific time you're interested in? This time is fine. I prefer earlier. Anyway, see you guys later then. Okay, well, bye-bye. And that's it from me. Today we were just wrapping things up. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be signing out.